Welcome, you gorgeous millennials, to another episode of the Millennial Matriarch Podcast. God, I love saying that. I am your host, Ashley, and with me is my lovely, adorable, eccentric, tortoiseshell wearing glasses co-host, Alexis.
Oh, hello. Happy Tuesday to you and nobody else.
Happy Tuesday. Happy June. Happy Pride Month.
Happy June. Happy Pride Month.
I cannot, not to be so boomer about this intro, but I cannot believe we are in June.
I know. I feel that way too.
You and I have been doing this thing since October.
Oh my God. I didn't even think about it like that. I just kind of was thinking oh, it's still freezing kind of in Boston. So I can't believe that yesterday was 45 degrees and I had the sweater on.
The weather better fucking cooperate.
Better figure it out.
How you doing?
I mean, nothing crazy. Just really quickly. I don't know if you heard. I don't know if your sister told you. Meteor came through and disintegrated over by Cape Cod this past weekend.
Excuse me?
So yes. So I will say, quick story. Biggie and I are sitting on the couch watching How I Met Your Mother. Should have told you this. I am on season 9 now. I know who the mother is, but I'm not done with season 9 yet. But anyway, I digress.
Are you sure you know who the mother is?
Okay, I guess that's fair. So anyway, we're sitting on the couch watching How I Met Your Mother, and Biggie goes, "Is that thunder?" And I was because we just heard a boom. No, that definitely didn't sound like thunder. I thought it was maybe a truck because they're doing construction at the end of the street. I thought it was just that. Then an hour later, he sees on his phone, he's on, I think he's on Instagram or something like that. And he's like, "It was a meteor."
So you could feel it?
We could hear it. Now I've talked to some other people who said their house kind of shook. Definitely depended where you were. But yeah, I know. Who can say that?
I'm so dumb. Did it explode or did it get shot down? What is
it? Listen, I have not taken. I was not great at science in college, and I haven't taken a science since college. I'm definitely not a meteorologist. Don't ask me too many complicated questions. I just know that it disintegrated.
Okay, well, we're certainly glad it did. Do you know what size it was? You know how they're it was the size of a football field.
A lot of details that I was too stuck on. Oh my God, that's what that bang was. And then I wanted to go back to How I Met Your Mother. So
yeah, you know me. I love the minutia. I love every nook and cranny of detail. So
every thought I had once I found out it was a meteor, I thought of every end of world movie I've seen where so this was just this one was just cool. But anyway, that's your little Boston news alert for today.
Wow. Well, skipping over to our topic of the day, which is kind of related to weather. If we want to do a really weird transition, we were thinking about June is upon us. Some people consider spring the actual, or summer the actual first day of summer, which is June 20 something. But I don't know about you, but I feel summer kicks off Memorial Day weekend. So we're in it. So with that in mind, I am ramping up for my peak season. Yes, I'm a Leo, but summer is where I thrive and I don't feel like I'm alone. So something about the sunshine, the longer days, the traditions we have in the summers, and sort of that lightheartedness, that whimsicalness that everyone has. I feel like everyone's attitudes are just better June through August. I don't know. To me,
100%.
Those months are unmatched. But I feel like summer as a kid felt so long. 3 months felt like an entire lifetime. And now you blink and it's suddenly Labor Day and Target is selling Halloween decorations. So today we're going to talk about summer nostalgia. What's our favorite memories, our annual rituals, the things that made summer feel really magical growing up, and whether we're still chasing a little bit of that feeling as adults, just so we can really ground ourselves in the summer. Jumping off of that, I have heard that summer, the reason that it feels so long for a kid is because it just ratio wise is a larger portion of your life. Like summer break was 25% of your year as a kid, obviously, but the older we get, the smaller like each summer becomes in the magnitude of our lives. I know it's so depressing. It's so
Wait, that
depressing. It makes me
is.
so sad. But I also think like it's why for me summer is almost like sentimental because I'm just kind of waiting for that glimpse of like all those things I love about summer to come about, knowing that it's such like a precious time throughout the year. I am curious if there is or if there was anything that you would do like every summer as a kid that's like core memories for you. I'm sure there's a bunch, but like
Yeah.
what's something you did every summer as a kid?
What kills me is that there are about a million things, but the thing that stands out the most to me is nighttime swims. So I did not have a pool growing up, but I had a bunch of friends in our neighborhood who had a pool. And there was something about those nighttime swims that just hit different. Like, especially like if you do it like after a thunderstorm, not immediately, but it's like a really hot day, a thunderstorm kind of comes through and then you know it's out. So like that night you like get in the pool. I have like a million memories of nighttime swims, tiki torches lit, like the whole shebang.
I agree. And like swimming, like I am a water person. I love swimming. I love being on a boat. I love being on a kayak, which I suppose is a form of a boat. Like I love being near and around and in any body of water. So like, but that's all because like I swam as a kid every chance I got. And I could not agree more that it's like something about like night swimming when it's like the sun is just sort of gone like fully down and it's
Yeah.
later because you just have the longer days. Um yeah, I couldn't agree more. I didn't have a pool as a kid either. So yeah, it was like friends pools or like public pools, things like that. Yeah. Oh, such good memories. I mean, I literally could swim all day long. My dad would literally just like drop me off at the pool and like come pick me up at 6. Like
You're like, it's okay, I'm fine. I'm Ariel, I am the Little Mermaid. I'm good. Don't even worry about
yeah,
me.
like
I'm good here.
slightly problematic that he would just like drop his kid off at a public pool, but like we'll talk about that another time. But like I knew the difference. I would swim all day, go up to the snack bar, order some chicken tenders, come on down, get right back in the pool.
You're like, take a break, smoke a cigarette, sip on a little Mike's Hard Lemonade. You're like,
I'm like,
you're like, summer, I thrive.
I'm 6 years old in like a little donut raft saying, "Oh, poo boy, can I get an Aperol spritz?"
Another round of the tendies.
Don't forget the lemonade. Yeah, did you ever go to camp as a kid? Like was that a summer thing you did?
I did, but I remember, so I went to camp as like a young kid. So I don't have like, okay, one, I never did sleepaway camp. I was too
Okay,
much of a baby or whatever. So like I've never done sleepaway camp.
I get
So
it.
I have memories as like a young kid. And then I didn't do camp for a while. And then I did theater camp. So
Oh,
did you not know that?
of
Maybe
course.
not.
No, but let's be honest, I'm not surprised. And
Yeah,
you and I are more similar than we thought.
right.
Like we knew we were
Uh,
similar, but yeah, been
yeah.
there.
So, like, yeah, I don't really, like, when I think about camp, it's not something that I'm like, oh my God, I loved summer because I went to camp all the time. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I did go to camp, but it wasn't something that was like, oh, in my fields because there was like a big gap in the middle where I didn't go to camp. And like, I mean, I grew up, we had a nanny. So,
I feel like there are 2 kinds of people. Well, there's 3 kinds of people. People who didn't go to camp in the summer, like it's just not part of their growing up. People who went to camp and it was like, it was good for them, but their parents really just needed them to be in camp because they had work to do.
mhm.
And then people who went to camp and it was like everything. Like people
Were
who
you a
went to
camp
camp
kid?
and then
Like a camper?
not necessarily. I'm kind of in the middle. Like I'm the middle. I'm the second option. Like I am grateful for it because I went to sports camp. I went to like sleepaway camp. I went to like I'm sure I did like performing arts camps. I went to like the downtown day camp and like we swam and like played Rover Red Rover. Like all that shit. Like I think it was part of like my upbringing and is super crucial, but like I wasn't, like, devastated that camp was over. I think I always wondered, like, "Damn, like, why can't I just sit on my ass at home and, like, watch Disney movies or go swimming all day?" Like, that's all I wanted. That was the best part of camp was when we got to go swimming, if we got to go swimming, like, I was just waiting for that. So, a part of it was like, "I don't wanna go," and a part of it is like, "You know what? But I got to do, like, all sorts of cool things," and, like, not every kid gets to go to camp that wants
That's
to.
very
So,
true. Yeah.
I had a lot of experiences. It was great, but no, I hear stories of people who went to those very, like, Parent Trap type sleepaway camps, and
Yes.
they, like, form these incredible relationships, and, like, they're devastated at the end of the summer that they have to say goodbye to these amazing friendships. Like, I wouldn't say I was that far. I wasn't that kid.
I also laugh because Big E, this is a big thing. He went to Jewish overnight camp. That's what they called sleepaway camp for whatever reason. So like he went there as
Mm.
a kid, wound up being like a camp counselor as like a teen. And like
Yeah,
when
that
he
happens
talks
too.
yeah, and when he talks about camp, it's like a whole thing. They got like lingo, they got people they still know. Like it's a whole like insider cult that I'm not a part of. I'm like, I never did that.
Yeah, even when well, my sleepaway camp was fat camp, so it wasn't quite the same, but,
Yeah, I
like,
guess
I
it
didn't
yeah.
keep in touch with anybody, like, again, I'm just a bad keep in toucher in general, but, like, yeah, like, I'm like, "Wow, like, that's cool, good for you." Like, people at their weddings got people who they went to camp with when they were in the 5th grade, I'm like, "That's awesome." But, yeah, I feel like camp just, like, took up a lot of my summers, but it wasn't necessarily, like, my fave. My family traveled a lot, but I don't there
Mhm.
wasn't, like, a specific vacation we took every summer that I can think of. Did your family have, like, a week or a weekend that, like, you
Yeah.
always did without fail?
We did for a while, and then as we got older, it changed. So, like, when I was younger, we grew up going to the Jersey Shore, like, for
Yeah.
the same week every summer. We stayed in the same place in Point Pleasant, went to, like, the same
Cute.
beach, did, like, the whole like, had, like, the same routine. Like, we, like, knew the people that worked at the place that we stayed because we went so regularly for so long. But as I got older, no, we started doing more. And I guess this makes sense. Like, as my sister and I got older, we started to like go to more islands and things like that. And we started going on. Here's a kicker. I grew up, once I got a little older, going on family vacation with my entire family every year. So my mom's one of seven. So all of us would
All of
go,
them.
all of us would go
That's
on
that's not a
vacation.
vacation, that's a family reunion. My dear God.
We have done some really cool things though.
What blessed angel organized that? Who? Was it your
It
mom?
was it my mom was a part of it, her youngest sister, like, there was definitely, like, a ton of people, but the whole thinking was that, like, my mom's one of 7, everybody's all over the place, like, we need the cousins to actually know each other.
Right, it's the only option. We gotta
We
just
used to get, like,
get together.
T-shirts, we'd have T-shirts made,
This is family reunion. Holy shit. Not the T-shirts. What would they say? Just like
just
the
like just like blank family vacation with, like,
solid.
pictures of, like oh my god, there is one
Was it a
T-shirt
neon
I can
T-shirt? Was it neon green?
oh
They're
my
always
no, it
neon.
was these were always like these were always like white or like fair, like pale colors. But I had
Okay.
one that I think had like janky pictures of like the resort where we stayed on it. I think I actually might have one with like the family, like us posing as like on a as a
I would hope so.
anyway. What so you did not have family reunions every summer with your extended family. So
No,
you
no.
what were your family vacations like?
Well, that's the thing, we just didn't have like, again, like, we went to, like, lots of places, and I traveled a lot as a kid, but that there wasn't, like, one particular thing we did every single summer. When I was really young, I would go to Belgium for, like, a month and stay with my
Mhm.
aunt, but that wasn't usually a family thing, that was just, like, I would go
Yeah.
for a while, and I was a little kid, so, like, everything was, like, fun, and, like, we'd go to the beach and go shopping, and yeah, my aunt would, like, spoil me, and that was really fun, and I got to drink, like, all the Coca-Cola I wanted, like, that was that honestly, now that I'm reflecting on it, that actually is core memories of, like, going to Belgium, visiting my aunt, her just kinda, like she is a fabulous, fabulous woman. I mean, she's just, like, regal and beautiful, and I would just, like, be her little, like, companion for a month. We'd go to her,
That
like,
sounds so
derma
fun.
we'd go to, like, her hair appointments and her nail appointments, and we'd go have lunch with her friends, and, like but we would also, like, go to parks and go to the beach and eat amazing food, and, yeah, I got to eat as many crepes, waffles, and Coca-Colas as I wanted, and it was dope as hell.
I mean, like, the closest thing I would have to that growing up is when I was younger, I used to go spend, like, a week or 2 every summer with my grandparents, and we would do, like, Camp Nanny and Granddad, which, like, that was special for its own reason, but damn, Belgium, you bougie.
But there's it's my family, so I would just stay
I
with
know.
her at her house. But yes, a very, very, very lucky, very, very cool experience. I haven't been back there in a really long time, but I
So
digress.
what's a core memory that you have from, like, summer as a kid?
Just like the activities like you get into when you have like the boredom of summer. Let's talk about boredom for a second. Could never be me now, but like as a kid, I know we're millennials, but we are still the generation that we did not have things like smartphones until like
Yeah.
late high school, I feel like. And yes, the internet came about in 1999, but like no one was using it the way that we're using it
Yeah.
now. Like that didn't again, that I feel like didn't happen until like
Mhm.
high school, college. So as a kid, when I wasn't in camp or away, I feel like I was just like coming up with shit to do. And I've lost it a little bit, which I know we've talked about on this podcast, sort of like my loss of my creativity. And now I'm trying to like find it back. I used to like draw and like build things and like come up with like ideas of things to do. So like create like lemonade stands and like stuff like that.
Well, did you actually sell lemonade or did you just design the lemonade stand?
Both. One time, and as a reminder, I lived in New York City as a kid. You have to be extra creative when you live in an apartment building and like live in like a busy city. This is not like setting up a lemonade stand in your front yard. However, my dear patient mother helped me set up a lemonade stand outside of the apartment lobby. I set up like a stand and she helped me with lemonade. I believe we also made chocolate chip cookies.
Yum.
And I, did what I had to do to make a buck, standing on the corner of my lemonade stand. And can I
So
tell you,
you were outside. You weren't in the lobby. You were
in
outside.
front, out in front of like a 20-story building, the doorman's inside, like, I'll keep an eye on her. She's good. And I'm out there, like,
Hustling.
people were driving and people like stopped in their cars. It was like a hot summer day and like people
That's
stopped and like
amazing.
got out and like bought a little Dixie cup of lemonade. It was fucking dope. But I feel like there was always like little projects like that I was doing, or like my mom and I would do like photo books, but we would like design our own like covers. Like I have so many photo albums that we like cut out magazine clippings and like decorated them all, and it's like that period of my life is like documented in this homemade photo album that my mom and I created. So yeah, there's always like little like projects like that. When we moved to we kind of like were half in, half out living in Connecticut. So I was still like 9 or 10 when we got like a house in Connecticut, and we weren't living there full time, but we would like we go there on the weekends, we go there in the summers, and I made friends with some of the neighborhood kids. And I was introduced to like living in a suburb and what kids do. And a
Oh
major thing that
shit.
we would do, I know it was like so fucking foreign to me, but like a
Yeah.
major thing that we would do was play manhunt. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. It's
Yes.
basically, for the people who don't know, it's basically like glorified tag. I don't know how else to describe it. It's
But
glorified
at
tag.
night. You're missing the best part, but it's at night.
Oh, we did it both. We did it during the day and
Oh,
at night.
really? I think I've only ever played Manhunt at night.
It probably makes more sense at night. Probably makes more sense. But yeah, and we were rascals, man. We would climb like into people's backyards, like under their patio furniture, like hiding, and like it got rough.
So when I would play Manhunt, like I said, we played it at night. I don't have any recollections of playing this game during the day. So if it happened, I don't know. But I remember one time it was at night and I was obviously like, it was my turn to like catch people. And a bat flew into the back of my head and I freaked out. And I was like yelling, trying to get like my friends to like come out. And they were like, it's just a decoy. And I was like, no, it's not. This thing just flew into my head. Like, please come check my head.
Right. They like, we don't believe you. We don't believe you. How did you know it was a bat?
I saw it
How
hit me and then
specific.
I saw it fly off. This is also this particular summer there was a lot of bat sightings.
Okay.
Like it so yeah,
The
no,
bats were
it's
upon us.
the bats were upon us.
Damn. Do you know what the neighborhood that we lived in Connecticut didn't have them, but my cousin who lived in Long Island, they did. They had every summer these massive block parties. Did you ever have block parties?
No.
I feel like I was spoiled with my cousin's block parties because they would like get vendors. Like they would have like popcorn
What?
machines and face painting people and
That's so fun.
bouncy houses and games and prizes. And then of course, like everyone would like pitch in with like food and you would literally like it was basically being at like a friggin' carnival or like an
Like
Italian fest, but just for the block. It was dope. I've never had one of my own, but I was like,
that does sound like a
this
lot
is
of fun.
life.
How did I not you just made me think of that? Carnivals. That was such a big part of my summer as kids.
Huge, huge.
Yeah.
Do you ever drive by them now and you're like, it looks janky as hell? Like, that's not the way I remember it.
I remember particularly there was this carnival that happened every summer and it took place at like the baseball field behind the fire department. I don't know why. This as a
It's
kid,
always
this
the
carnival,
baseball fields behind the
right,
fire department or the
right.
church.
Yes. Like this carnival felt so big when I was like when I was there. But then I remember the other times of the year I would drive around and like look at this baseball field and be like, this is not that big of a space. Like, how are they cramming millions of things into it? What was your favorite carnival ride? Or did you not have or did you have one? I should ask.
Well, this isn't my overall favorite ride of all time is a carousel. And I know that that seems lame,
Interesting.
but carousels are not always at a carnival.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I would say I fucking love a Ferris wheel. Round and round we go.
I'm sensing a theme. You like to go around.
Yeah, like I don't like to put much work in. Like I just like to sit, you know? I just like to sit. I like the views. I like the repetition.
Little
It's
sightseeing.
nice. Yeah. What about
Yeah.
you?
So I'm sure they have different versions of it, but there was like a swinging pharaoh that like would kind of start out like rocking and then it would get like it would go higher and higher.
Sometimes
each
it's like a
time.
boat, like a pirate ship or
Yeah.
something.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's fun. I do like roller coasters and stuff like that isn't like my favorite thing, but I'm also not like a wet blanket. Like I'm gonna do it, but I do love that feeling of your stomach dropping. Isn't
Yeah,
that
I do
weird?
too. That's probably why I love the
Yeah, I
pharaoh
love
ride,
that.
which for me was the
Yeah.
pharaoh ride.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. You know what? Carnivals as a like prepubescent kid is different than like as a teenager. Carnivals as a
Oh,
kid like was
very
all
different.
about the rides, the cotton candy, like the treats, the tickets, like the games, the tickets. As a teenager, it was like that was like the social gathering. That was like
Oh my
I'm going to
God.
put on a cute pair of jeans and my Hollister zip up and I'm going to like put my like blue eyeshadow on and like go meet up with like my friends and some boys at the carnival.
No, literally. Oh my God.
Very
Yes.
different.
It it hit so different as a teen. It hit
Yeah.
and then I feel like anytime I like went to the carnival, I was never like at the carnival. I was always like drinking behind something.
Yeah, you're like at the field adjacent to the 100%, but you would tell your parents you're going to the carnival, and technically you were.
I would always do a drive by for a funnel cake. I love a funnel cake. Which and listen,
Hell
if you're
yeah.
a lot of people call it fried dough. I grew up and it was funnel cake.
Yeah, we called it fried dough, and you would either have the powdered sugar one or the pizza one, which was fried dough with tomato sauce and grated Parmesan cheese. Slapped.
I've never had that, but that sounds
So
fantastic.
good.
This whole conversation is making me want a fried Oreo.
I don't really see what other people see in like all of those fried thing varieties, but a fried Oreo, elite. It gets like mushy
Elite.
in a good way.
Did you have like a
And in my
neighborhood ice cream place?
Y yeah, I mean, honestly, there was more like they were chains, like Cold Stone Creamery
Oh,
was a big one,
okay.
which,
Yeah.
to be honest, Birthday Cake Remix at Cold Stone Creamery hates to see me coming. I fucking love Cold Stone. There's none near here, and it's devastating, but it's probably better for my cholesterol. But yeah, I mean, there was a couple like, mom and pops. Those are the best. The mom and pop
Yeah.
places with like the soft serve or the big buckets, and you can like choose from all these crazy flavors. Those are the best.
Denville Dairy, my friend. It's open year round, actually.
Shout
That's when I
out.
grew up going to. Current day, we go to an ice cream place down like that's not far from us, and it gets so freaking packed. And they've got like all the high schoolers there that like work, and I get stressed out for them because a small
Yeah.
ice
They're like your
cream place
children.
that's like, and I'm like, I don't know how they do that, but I have so many memories of a kid like grabbing the ticket where they had like the number, like you're at like a deli counter, and just like
Yeah, it's like a Stop and
lines.
Shop deli. My God.
Yes, lines out the door down the block trying to get ice cream.
Give me like a swirl or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, when I was in New York back in April, we got
Yeah.
Mr. Softy.
Am I supposed to know Mr. Softy?
I thought in my puny little mind, I thought that Mr. Softy was like a nationwide thing. No, Mr. Softy is an ice cream truck that I guess is only in New York.
Yeah,
And
I never heard of
it's
Mr. Softy.
soft serve ice cream, and like you can get vanilla, you can get chocolate. They have the iconic twist. It's just the same as any other ice cream truck where they also sell like the superhero popsicles and like all those like typical things. But there is something about the creaminess, the full dairy of a Mr. Softy with rainbow sprinkles on a cone that
You're like,
is
fuck me
just
up.
elite. And it was like a random really warm day when I was there and we were at the park and then there was a and I was like, we have to do this. Like, no question. It was impeccable. But yeah, I feel like I need to find a place like that here that just like hits because I'm going to need that this summer.
When I used to go to Camp Nanny and Granddad when I was like a young kid, we used to go to this ice cream place called Freeze King. And it was a like, you walked up to a window and you ordered ice cream that way. Like they had like all their flavors on a
That's
sign.
cute.
And yes, and I remember we would like my grandparents would like put me on the hood of the car and I would have my ice cream. Anyway, now that I've like clearly the ice cream was a big core memory for my summers as a
Yeah,
child.
I completely agree. To close out the kid portion of our summer nostalgia, I feel like when you returned to school, like September 1 or whatever, which by the way, I feel like I always went back after Labor Day, but kids these
Yeah,
days are
same.
going back in like August. I'm like, what's going
Well,
on?
I think that's geographically. Like the South goes back earlier than like the Northeast. And I also think private versus public school or I mean, I don't know.
I guess so. Anyway, my point is give the kids all of July and August, but not my circus, not my monkeys. But I feel like when you return to school, like there was something about like that first week of school where when you came back from summer break that I always felt like, oh, like I'm like a new woman. Like, oh, I can't wait to like tell everyone what I've been up to this summer. And like, I've got a new outfit, I've got a new haircut, and I'm a new person.
When I was prepping for this episode, it took everything I had not to put back to school shopping and the fashion show you did. Like, did you not do the fashion show for the family? Trying on when
Yes,
you bought everything out of Limited Too.
we go back to school shopping. We do a full run through. I mean, if we had a Polaroid camera, I'm sure we would have taken Polaroids and put it on chalkboard because I knew first 10 days of school, I had every
Covered.
outfit seamlessly picked out. Yeah, it was like a sport in my household in the best way. That's like super nostalgic as a kid. But I'm curious, like, how has that evolved for us now? Like, what makes summer so sweet now? Because now, obviously, things have transformed. We're adults. We have obligations, responsibilities, jobs, animals. Some people have kids. We wouldn't know. But like, for me, it's like it's a it's kinda sad, but it's like a total, like, mental shift, so the things I value in summer now, I feel like are very different and kind of niche. So I'm curious, like, what's, like, your summer playlist in terms of what you like to get done and what you love about it now as an adult?
Everything that I am gonna bring up is just, like, I love that it's, like, less pressure than the rest of the year. People seem to be less on edge, work typically isn't as, like, go, 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 grind, 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 because so many people are, like, in and out of the office on vacations and, like, kids are
Totally.
home and things like that. Yeah, I just love, like, the lightness that comes along with it and, like,
Everyone
slowing
has a better
down.
attitude.
Yes.
Like, even the meanest, meanster, Scroogey motherfucker at work, like, is, like, a little lighter.
And I
Yeah.
even think, like, when you and I worked together, like, summer was such, like, a busy time because we did so many, like, summer and, like, back to school campaigns, but
Yes.
I felt like we all had so much fun in the office. Like, even though that was, like, our
Yeah.
busiest time of year, I don't associate that as being, like, the stress like, our most stressful time of the year. Like, there's
No.
just, like, something
But
about the air.
yeah, but let's be honest, I think we both just loved that job.
You're like, "We
Like
peaked."
like, yeah, we literally peaked. There were many, not to digress too much, but there were many nights that we spent, like, we were there till 9:30 at night doing influencer
Right.
selections and, like,
Right.
writing briefs and, like, and we did not complain. Like, we were
Yeah.
just happy to be there and happy to be doing cool, fun shit. And, like, they let us 21, 22-year-olds do some shit that I would not let a
Yeah.
21, 22-year-old at their first job do. But yeah, like, so that job was, like, I think elite. But yeah, like, we had so much fun. My absolute favorite thing to do, my favorite activity in the world is to sit by a body of water and read a book. Put a fork in me, I'm done. That's all I
Mhm.
want
Oh, yeah.
on summer weekends and evenings if I somehow can squeeze it in.
I love sitting on the balcony, current present, like me now. I love sitting out on our balcony at night. Biggie and I have a whole thing where we have like nice, like those cute little like teacup light things that are low. I'll
Cute.
sit out there with like some Sauvignon Blanc. We'll bring the speaker out and we'll just like vibe. Again,
Yeah.
a summer night. Nothing beats a summer night.
You're more prone to be like, "Yeah, like, let's go vibe out on the balcony, like, the sun is still out," or, like, "Let's watch the sunset." Yeah, sitting outside. I think now, like, especially having, like, a backyard and, like, a patio to, like, with, like, outdoor furniture, like, it's definitely changed the game. But what I don't have
Mhm.
here in Texas is a pool. I used to live in, like, an apartment complex with a sick pool, and honestly, it was, like, the
Mhm.
reason we chose to live there, but when we moved to a house, because we wanted a yard for the bebés, we let go of obviously pool access. I did sneak into that pool as many times as I could before they revoked my like key card access. But that's neither here nor there. So what I've done is in order to create that summer feeling, that thing I love so much, is I've purchased, I've had it for about a year, a tanning pool that I blow up and put in
Oh,
my
I
backyard.
love.
I think it's called, like, Swoosh, the brand is,
Mhm.
not sponsored, and it's basically like an oversized, just, like, float that you put your whole body into, and you, like, throw a hose, and, it just covers your legs, it, like, kinda comes up to your waist, and then there's a little back pillow, so you're, like, lean, and then I can lean and, like, read my book,
That
and
sounds
it's my happy
lovely.
place. Oh, it's got a cup holder, so I can put my
Oh, there you go.
roommate
Done.
or, my cocktail in there if I want. I take the speaker out there. I bring, the little outdoor table up to it. I put my book on it, my phone. I've got everything I need out there, and I'll literally sit out there for like 3, 4 hours and fry. It's amazing.
Now, will the
Which
dogs
brings
try
me,
to get in the pool with you?
yeah, but I basically, I
You're
wouldn't
like,
say they're
"No."
trained, but I tell them, I give them their commands to go away. But I let them drink
Yeah.
out of it.
No, there you go.
It's fresh
You're like, "It's
water.
just" you're like, "It's not chlorine."
Yeah, they're both safer than that. Although my dogs do love to swim, and I have I'm going off on a tangent, but have you ever heard of it's called Swimply? It's like an
No.
app that's like an Airbnb but for pools.
Oh.
For a number of hours, you can like use someone's pool.
I have so many follow-up questions that I cannot get into right now because it'll derail
Just
the rest of this episode. Joe Schmo's pools, are they home? Do I have bathroom access? Do they provide like, it's like, I got a lot of questions
Well,
here.
so that depends. There's all sorts of filters you can put on your search, much like you would an Airbnb. So sometimes when you go to Airbnb, you want to make sure that you have the entire house to yourself. Sometimes when you rent an Airbnb, you want to make sure there's air conditioning or Wi Fi. For a pool, you might want to have bathroom access. You might want to be able to bring your animals. So those are all filters you can put. And then, yeah, there's like posting. And it's not like, truly like Airbnb. Like these are like verified people. Like it's not as creepy as it sounds. I mean, you go and sleep in strangers' beds when you go to an Airbnb. Who cares if you're in their pool? So I'm considering it just to bring the dog swimming one day and like try it. And you could rent it for like 2-3 hours. It's not like you got to rent the whole place for a day.
And let me know if the family's home. Are they out there with you? Like, see, like, anyway, we'll
I
get.
think I wouldn't like that either. Like, it's not like we're at a public pool. Like, it's just for us. So, like, if they were inside, like, watching me through the curtains, like, that would be weird.
Or if it's like a group of you, like they just like for these 2 to 3 hours, we rent it out to these 10 people. Talk, hey, there's your block party.
Right. Well, some of these listings, they say, like, you can bring up to 20 people. I'm like, "Oh, so, like, I can have a party," is what you're saying.
Party.
Like, I can fully rent, which is a great idea. If you have a kid and you wanna throw them, like, a little birthday party or just yourself a birthday party, like, you rent, like,
There
a
you go.
pool for an hour. You don't have to go to a public pool. You can rent a space for, like, $30 an hour.
Sounds like you know what you're doing for your birthday this year.
I'll report back. That kind of bleeds into like tanning, like, that's like always my goal for the summer. I'm very pale. I always got to get my first burn in. It's all part of the summer agenda for me, just so that I can get to the point of not looking deathly ill.
Let me tell you the stress of being married to somebody who is fair and like the thought that I am black and beautiful and proud. I don't have to think about sun protection in the same way that I have to think about it for
But
him.
you wear sun protection,
Yes.
right?
Oh my God.
Okay,
Yes.
thank God.
Yes. No,
I
no,
was
no,
like,
no.
please tell me you wear
I
SPF.
wear. Oh my God, of course. No, I'm like, it's so funny. I reapply a lot too. Like it's like I'm definitely up on the sun protection. But when you say like first burn, I like think of him. Like, and I'm like, oh,
Completely.
it's just very different than like what I've had to like worry about for myself. But anyway.
Yeah, and then, like, you're, like, his partner in it now, so, like, you have to get his back because, like, "Hey, I can get my front," but, like, if we're walking around and I'm gonna have, like, a weird-ass tank top tan line if you don't get my back. Like, it could be bad for both of us later if you don't help me out. Like, it's now your journey too. I understand. G goes outside for 2 seconds. He'll go for, like, a 20-minute walk and come back 3 shades darker. He's got that, like, olivey, like,
Oh,
true, like,
yeah.
Italian skin type. And I mean, he should be wearing SPF, but it's not like it affects him the way it affects me. So
Mhm.
he has had to join my fair skin journey and like remind me and, help me reapply. Even when I go out to the backyard, it's always like, babe, will you come to my back? Because,
She's like, hey, Pasty, get inside for you got to give your skin a break.
I also feel like, and maybe I'm alone here, but I think about like my summer uniform, the thing I'm always wearing in the summer, and it's changed summer to summer. I had, 2016, 2017 was very romper heavy. Big
Oh, I
fan of the
I
romper,
love
the
a
going out
romper.
romper, even
I love a
though that's
romper.
completely like conflicting ideologies. The going out romper, you're in a romper, yes, but then you go to the janky bar bathroom and you're naked. That's a risk. But now, like, I feel like one of my favorite things about summer is being able to wear denim shorts, a t-shirt, and flip-flops.
Yeah.
As I've shared, I hate wearing shoes, so flip-flops are my closest thing to not having to wear them. It does mean you have to wash your feet more regularly, but nevertheless, I do it. I actually feel like my most comfortable and like my most sexy, for lack of a better term, when I'm like in jeans and or denim shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah, it's a vibe. I have a bunch of these knit like jumpsuits that I'll
Oh.
wear. Yeah, that are super, super comfy. That's my go-to. Obviously, I sandal, flip-flop, anything where I can have like my toesies out. I also love a bike short,
Oh yeah,
like a bike short t-shirt moment. Those are my go-tos.
I get
Yeah.
it. I love that. What are foods you look forward to during the summer? maybe they're foods you can only get in the summer, maybe they're foods that you can get all year, but for whatever reason,
Mm.
you only eat them during the summer. We talked about ice cream, but, like, what else?
I eat so much seafood in the summer,
Oh,
like
yeah.
lobster, crab legs, scallops, shrimp, just like all mussels, clams, all of the seafood.
Mhm.
I just eat so much more of it in the summer. Also, I love tomatoes, and tomatoes in the summer, mm,
Mm.
just mm-mm. I also love
Better.
food on the grill. I love food on the grill. So
Yes.
we eat so much more, but we, it's not snowing, so we can go out and like grill. Those
Yeah.
those
Do
are
you
the
have
first
one?
things that come to mind. We do.
Do you
Yeah.
Nice. When I go to my parents in the summer, like, I expect that we will be grilling out and that
Yes.
that will be, like, a huge part of the menu, but yeah, like, even the normal things you eat all year round, but when you put it on the grill, like, that little char,
Veggies on
so
the grill too.
good. So good.
Yummy.
That, like, smokiness. Yeah, I'm
Mm.
with you on seafood. I feel like a lot of, like, beach sandwiches, like, different sandwich combos, because you want something cold, you want something crisp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being in Cape Cod in a few weeks and, like, basically having seafood for every meal. A
Oh,
lobster
yes.
roll, a
Mm,
clam, a shrimp,
the best.
that's what I'm all about. Do you have anything, special planned for this summer?
I
Anything you're
don't know
looking
if
forward to?
it's I don't know if it's special, but since Biggie and I live so close to a beach, we find ourselves going to this
Yeah,
beach like all the time, which is I'm so thankful for. But
yeah,
one thing we've said for the last 2 summers that we're gonna do and we haven't done, so we're gonna do it this summer, is
yeah,
go to more of the beaches, like, just other beaches in the state and, like, that we can, like, go down for the day. Just, like, check
yeah.
out some other ones.
I have something in that vein too. We moved to Austin, what, like 3, maybe even 4 years ago, and we have explored so little of other parts of Texas.
Mhm.
Granted, some are scary, but, I'm just kidding. There's great places like Corpus Christi and, like, the coast that
Yeah,
actually has beaches, like, you don't think, like, Texas, like, coastline beaches, but there are
yeah.
some, like, great beaches, and that's where people go for the summers. They, like, do rentals down there, they do long weekends, so I actually think for my birthday weekend this year, that's what we're gonna do, is
That
take the
sounds so
dogs,
fun.
get, like, an Airbnb, go to the beach for a couple days, maybe eat some probably not as great as Northeast, but we're gonna do our best seafood and, yeah, kinda have, like, a little bit of, like, a beach weekend. So,
I
yeah,
love
that's
it.
something we've been wanting to do. And then I always have, like, a reading list a mile long, and I do most of my reading in the summer because all that laying out, what's a girl to do but just rip
I
through
crushed
books?
books over the
So,
summer. Crush them.
yeah, I'm really excited. Alexis and I, we won't spoil it, but we have, like, a summer book planned that we're both gonna read and potentially report back on. But, yeah, I love all of those, like, awesome beach reads. Actually, I had my book club last night, and we are for our next, read, we're currently voting on, like, 4 or 5, like,
Are they all
summery
beach
beach
reads?
reads.
Ah,
Yeah, like, we're
love
all
it.
we're all getting
Mm.
into the mood, and I'm so excited to just be, like, flooded with those books this summer, so that's what I'm trying to get to. Alright, to close it out, give me a brief synopsis on, like, your ideal summer day. You wake up, what do you do?
Okay, I'm gonna go my ideal summer day, but it's not necessarily realistic to where I currently live. So I
Dream
wake
big,
up.
baby.
Yes, I wake up. I open my French doors, and there is a beautiful beach outside my window. I wake up, I go downstairs, I get a little iced coffee, I go sit out and just take in that that refreshing morning summer air with with the ocean. Then I spend the rest of the day outside reading, going into the ocean, having some drinks, and then I do like a nice like seafood dinner at
Mm.
night. I had to kind of quickly speed up because I realized I was gonna go too far in. So I
Go
was like,
too
you know
far.
what?
Oh, yeah, we could get super detailed on this. Are you
Super
alone?
detailed.
Are you with anyone? Like, do you like the do you think you'd want the solitude or the companionship? Or different parts of the day?
I think different parts of the day.
I think
What's
mine's
yours?
very similar. wake up at s on s I'm near some sort of, like, coastal town, the beach is
Mhm.
not far, get up, maybe I know this is crazy, but, like, maybe do, like, a long walk or, like, some sort of
Mm.
outdoor, like, movement in the morning, and it's preferably the Northeast because it's not sweltering when you wake up in the morning, unlike here, you walk outside and you explode. And then maybe like walk to like a local coffee shop, get like, a breakfast sandwich, a nice
Mm.
fat iced coffee, go home, get changed, go to the beach, maybe half the day, kind of like our little vacation perfect day. Do like maybe
Yeah.
half the day at a beach, half the day at a pool. You get a nice little crisp. Drinks are flowing at said locations, some good music, some good reading. Maybe it's with a few friends. Go back home, take like a nice, like everything shower, get like not all dolled up, but like natural glowy makeup, cute little outfit. Maybe some friends come over, you have a little appetizers and wine. Then you go out to like a late-ish dinner, maybe like 8, 8:30, preferably outside, preferably a seafood joint. And then maybe they have like a fun little after at that restaurant. Like you can go outside and like stay at the bar and like sit in some Adirondack chairs. Like maybe there's some lawn games. I don't know. And then everyone goes back to my house and we just kind of like sit around like a fire pit and like talk until like 1 in the morning and then crawl into bed and have
I
the
love
most
it.
dreamiest, like like that summer sleep when you're so exhausted from like the
Mhm.
sun and swimming and walking and like you sleep so like deeply.
Yeah, you're just out.
This gets me super hyped for summer. I'm so excited that we're finally here, but also pleasantly surprised how quickly June has come. But moving on to our millennial mouthfuls segment, you know it as a little silly, a little slutty, a little like us. The millennial mouthfuls is where we talk about what we love, what we hate, what we're doing, what we're reading, what we're watching, what we're kind of just feeling like we need to get off our chest for the week. So I'm going to kick it off by acknowledging that we are in the midst of the 3-part Summer House reunion. Tonight, when we're recording, is going to be part 2. When you're hearing this, part 3 will probably be done. We will come back and do like a little bit of a recap on that later, like we mentioned last episode. But I do just want to say one thing while we're in the moment. Right now, it appears that Amanda and West of West Mandival have retreated to Italy. They're on sort of an extended vacation, essentially waiting out, I guess, the airing of the 3-part reunion. It does sound like West had a wedding he was going to, and Amanda accompanied him to said wedding. Anyway, I was in the shower yesterday and I wasn't washing my hair, clearly, but I don't know what I was doing. I do my best thinking in there. And I was thinking, this is not like a terribly original thought, but traveling with someone can be very intimate. Going on vacation for the first time with your new boyfriend can be very illuminating.
Mhm.
You might see things in them and see habits that you otherwise have not experienced when you've spent a night here and night there with them cuz you're
Mhm.
not living together. So my theory is that one of them on this vacation is going to get the ick. They're going to see each other in sort of how they live, how they cohabitate together in a hotel room. Because listen, maybe they have as friends experienced that, but as a couple, there's no way they have. Maybe a few nights at each other's houses, maybe a
Yeah.
weekend. But I think one of them is going to get the ick and be like, and have that very normal, natural feeling that you can sometimes get when you're experiencing like something new and traveling and staying with a new person, but they're going to have to bury it because
Oh, yeah, they've got to let this thing ride out for a while, but the only thing I will say, and I actually do not know, so, like, I'm neither here nor there. Do you think it could be different because they have lived together for the last 3 summers? So,
I
like,
don't
in
think that
theory, you have some kind of idea. It is different.
no. think it's too different. Living in a share house where you have your
A
separate
million people.
bedrooms and production and lighting and mic packs is a very different scenario. I mean, granted, he probably knows she's messy, right?
Right.
Like
Like,
things
yeah, like
things like
there's
that are
some bare
obvious,
bones things you probably know.
but now they're intimate partners in that. And like, I'm not saying he's going to get the ick from her. It could be the other way around, but they're, I think, going to realize how silly. I don't think they'll admit it to themselves, but I think there will be a small part of one or both of them that realizes, oh my God, I don't even like this guy that much. But now we're too
I
deep.
wouldn't be surprised if they're already there.
Yeah, you're
Like,
right.
you know,
Yeah.
they've got to
No, you're
ride
right.
this out.
You're right. And I mean, and a lot of people are saying that like West is gonna like, drop her like a bad habit because that's just what he does.
That's what he
But I
does.
also think there's if they do listen, if they stay together and they're happy and honestly, like that's better for everyone. If they just stay together and fall in love and get married and have babies, it's better for everyone, right? Because at least in 5 years from now, we could all say, well, I guess it was true love. I guess it was worth it. But that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
I'd
But
be
what I
shocked.
what I fear for Amanda, even though she doesn't deserve my empathy, is that she's going to end up in like another situation that she just like has to muscle through because now it's like, well, I can't say it wasn't worth it. Like I can't back out now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's my little theory of what's happening in Roma right now with the two of them. What do you
I
have
guess
for
we'll have
this
to find
week?
out.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are on the heels of this. So I think I've mentioned this before. I'm obsessed with nail polish. I at one point, like I still think this, like my ultimate dream job would probably be the person that names nail polish colors. Well, one
Mhm.
of my best friends was at the nail salon today and sent me the list of names for these nail polishes she was looking at. Now,
Gimme, gimme.
as somebody who is like, I would make a career out of this, what has happened? Here we go. Ox's blood, bruises,
No.
hickey, hospital bill, and I'm only reading the crazy ones. Sickness day, final, Asian born Chinese.
What? Also, is this OPI? Like, who is
No.
it? What
No,
brand?
I can't see on the screenshot what brand it is.
And can I okay,
Um,
give me one. Give me one, and I'm gonna guess like what the color is. Just name what was it? What did you say? Hospital bill?
hospital bill.
I'm guessing it's like a white or an ivory.
You are so wrong. It looks like a very, very dark brown.
Okay, w- give me another one.
Sickness day.
Sickness day. That is so freaking broad. I mean, I like a gray, like a taupe. I
No.
guess gray and taupe are different, but
Honestly,
like something like a real like
it's your
neutral.
favorite color. It's your favorite color. It's like a creamsicle orange.
Sickness day?
I'll send you these so you can
This is
see.
this is out of control. This is also who said this would be great for the brand? This would be great for the brand when 100% these colors will go viral because of these astounding names. Ew.
Bruises, hospital bill, ox's blood.
Is that red at least?
It
Or a
is like a
dark
deep
red, like
it's
a
a deep
burgundy?
burgundy. Yeah, it's a deep
Okay,
burgundy.
at least they
I mean, I will
matched
say
that one.
I didn't read this color because this one's not as outlandish. There is golden retriever, but that one is like that lines up. That name lines up with the color that's like that
And
we're
that's
looking at the
cutesy.
comparison.
I'll
And that's
take it.
cutesy. But like could you imagine me like, "Oh yeah, I'll take the hospital blood, please?"
A
Oh, sorry,
hospital bill.
hospital bill. Hospital bill.
But you know what? That's going to be their next collection. Hospital blood.
I also can't
The next collection's gonna have hospital blood, cum stain, and PP. That's gonna be their next set of colors.
I also can't help but wonder, is Asian born Chinese. Is that offensive? Like what is
I
the
don't like that at
like
all.
I
That
don't
doesn't
like
sit
that as
well
a
with
name
me
for a color
at
at
all. And
all.
I'm not even gonna ask what the color is because it's irrelevant. That's a weird fucking thing to put. And I don't know. And hey, we've talked about it before and we'll talk about it again. How many people did that have to go through? How many approvals? How many leaders had to say, "Yup, sounds good," for that
Literally.
to make it
And
to
like,
market?
let me tell you, Hickey I could see. Like, this is not the color I would choose for Hickey, but like
Which is
Hickey is a
what?
name of a color. This is also like a dark brown, but not as dark as
Okay.
Hospital Bill and not as
Okay.
burgundy as Ox's Bill. This is
And
more of like a
is the
true.
bruises
This
one
looks like
also
Hershey's
like a
chocolate
dark?
syrup. Yes. Yeah.
Ew. That's so weird. Yeah, like Hickey could be cute. Hickey could be cute in like a lineup of similar color names, like
Yes.
French Kiss, you know, Boob Grab. I don't know, just
Peck. Smooch.
something
Yeah.
inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is why you'd be great at that job and not me. But agreed, it's got to be something that's so bizarre. And like your friends praying that they just, when they don't necessarily use the names, they just put the numbers. She's praying that there's a number so that she doesn't have to turn to her nail tech and say, "Yeah, can I get fucking ox blood? Thanks, babe. Appreciate you grabbing it from the back."
There are
How
numbers. There are numbers.
bizarre. My God.
Yeah, we're waiting to find out what color she went with. But yeah,
How bizarre.
I thought you'd find that really funny.
I do, and I'm dying to know what brand, because I feel like OPI would never.
It's not
D&D
OP.
would never. The last thing I'll end on is a bit of also a little bit of like a what the fuck kind of moment, similar to the nail polish. But I came across a video yesterday of a girl on TikTok basically saying like, if you weigh 160 pounds or more, you should not be wearing denim shorts. And this is a person, and I will not name her because she doesn't
Yeah, don't.
deserve the clout. But like, this is a person who clearly has like, she's not like a super popular influencer or anything, but has enough of a following that her video circulated and kind of went viral. And everyone, rightfully so, is like, doing like a stitch with it and basically being like, what the fuck is this person talking about? And she like goes on this whole diatribe of how like, well, I used to be fat and like, so I can say this, like, you should just not be wearing certain clothing. Like, some of you all are out here, like fat, and you're like not giving like fat energy, and you should like be more mindful of like what you're wearing. And there's so much to unpack here. Obviously, this is categorically fucking ridiculous. First of all, I was 160 pounds like in the third grade. Like 160 pounds. What kind of fucking threshold is that? That's
Yeah, where'd you get that
160
number?
pounds is like, in my book, that's thin.
Like,
So
right.
so not that it's okay to say who can wear what based on their size, but if we were, 160 wouldn't be the fucking threshold, okay?
No.
So that's bizarre item number 1. And then bizarre item number 2 is just the audacity of a young woman in 2026 talking about other women's bodies like that.
Yeah, I think it's disgusting. Like, why do you
How
care?
are
Also,
we?
why do you care? Why do you care?
Why do you care? Great, you used to be fat, Mazel tov. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, but you're gonna tell me? Meanwhile, it's not lost on me that I was sharing earlier. My summer uniform is a pair of denim shorts, and I'm a big girl, and I will wear denim shorts for the rest of my fucking
Wear 'em
life.
proud.
It doesn't matter how many times I need to size up. I don't give a fuck. How are we ever going to crush the patriarchy if we're fighting with one another and talking to one another like that? I'm not saying if a man posted that video, it would be okay, but it also wouldn't be as surprising, right? That's
Yeah, it
just
wouldn't be
par for the
surprising.
fucking course. So instead of tackling like real fucking world issues and trying to get our voices heard for things that really fucking matter, we got women out here making videos shaming other women about something that does not fucking matter. And for
Literally.
anyone that came across that video and felt icky or weird or upset or sad, or if you've ever come across a video like that, I just, for what it's worth coming from Alexis and I, just know that that is absolute bullshit. The comparison is the devil.
Mhm.
You should wear anything that you feel good and comfortable in. Let's just ignore and just like quickly bypass things like that. Let's not give it much attention. I realize I'm doing that right now, but I think there was also like something about people like stitching it and duetting it like made me nervous because I'm like, well, now like you're amplifying this person's visibility on
Yeah.
this massive platform. And now here I am doing it, but I'm not naming her on purpose. I just think like you have to let these things just slide right off your back. And I know what it's like. I know what it's like to like fester and like sit in your head and overthink and compare yourself to other people and to other bodies. But like you just have to remember how wrong and frankly like outdated this mindset is and bypass it.
I think it's a great reminder in general, but also especially as this whole episode is about summer. We're coming into the summertime. Wear whatever the fuck you want, whatever you feel comfortable and happy and sexy and confident in. Like,
Yeah.
it does not matter.
Every
Wear what you
body is a
want.
bathing suit body.
Literally.
That's it for this episode of the Millennial Matriarch. Thank you all so much for joining us. We hope that you are heading into a fantastic summer. If you want more of our daily chaos, our hot takes, our semi responsible wisdom, follow us on social. We are at the Millennial Matriarch Pod on Instagram. You can also follow Alexis and I on our individual socials. I am at Millennial Mind of Ash. Alexis is at the _millennial_ matriarch. We're both on TikTok and Instagram, serving questionable decisions, comforting truths, and the occasional, wait, am I the drama moments? For more episodes of the Millennial Matriarch, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and watching us on YouTube. Please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you can. It helps us so much. Until next time, drink some water, trust your gut, book those summer plans you've been meaning to get to, and remember, you're the matriarch of your own fucking sandcastle. Act like it. Love you. Mean it. Bye.
Bye.